For the latest in print on demand, we cover some headlines, some more breaking than others. The first one I would like to present to you today is this world-shaking announcement that is only of interest to our audience and nowhere else. Shutterstock just merged with Envato, and maybe you've heard of Envato, maybe you haven't, but I'm pretty sure you've heard of Placeit, everyone's favorite source for digital mockups. So what this means is we've now combined Placeit's mockup capabilities with Shutterstock's image library to create sort of a one-stop shop for everything a digital creator needs, as well as the print-on-demand entrepreneur. So what does this mean? Well, bigger doesn't always mean better, but I think in this case, for you folks out there, it's actually a good thing. So now you can source all your stuff from one convenient place instead of having to do it piecemeal from site to site. So overall, I think it's a good thing.
You know, I think Placeit is a great place too. If you haven't checked it out yet for mockups, go check it out. And you can get individual mockups or you can get a subscription. And if you're wondering, well, is this subscription worth it for mockups? Yes, because you never know which mockups might work better than others. You need to test them out. You might need to swap them out. And if you're paying individually for every single mockup, those little fees are going to add up. So you may as well just try out a subscription.
Exactly. And then this next story that I wanted to present to you, a study recently came out, and you can see the figures there on your screen, about the rise in demand for dye-sublimated apparel. Now, this is, what they're talking about here is all over print or AOP products, which you can find in our in our catalog in the AOP section. This is driven largely on the fact that the young people out there are looking for more personalized products, and also don't sleep on sports teams that are requiring uniforms and things like that and turning to print-on-demand merchants like you for those sort of sublimated products. And also driven also by work uniforms and things like that. So there's think of how many sports teams out there and think of how many jobs out there require their own sort of uniform. So here is a great opportunity for you folks to capitalize on this massive increase in demand.
I also just want to remind everyone that AOP products, and especially AOP apparel, has super high potential for high profits. I mean, remember, you have the entire piece as your blank canvas, really giving you room for customization. You can boost that value. I see profit margins 60 to 70% for AOP hoodies sometimes.
Exactly. It's a product with a very high amount of perceived value that you can charge a premium price for. So it's definitely something for you enterprising merchants out there to consider. I'd leave it up to you. And then finally, I'd like to turn to our friends over there at Giraffe Social, and I just wanted to share this with you. We're popping these links into the chat, but no need to worry. If you're watching this on replay, you'll find all of the links that we talk about today in the description. In the description down below. But our folks at Giraffe Social came out recently with this guide to a perfect social media post, and I think this is great to explore because when it comes to marketing your print-on-demand store, you can do no better than leveraging the power of social media. And in fact, that is going to be the topic of our next episode of Clicks to Riches in 2 weeks on May 23rd. We're going to pop that link to register right now so you don't forget. But join us in 2 weeks and we'll discuss the world of social media and how you can make that work for you to drive traffic to your print-on-demand store. So join me for that. But let's take a shift right now and talk about trending products. Now, I compiled these for you, and I left out, of course, the tried and true winners, the hoodies, the sweatshirts, the mugs, the 11-ounce white mugs, the stuff that's perennially at the top of the list. And when I look at a data set like this, I look for the outliers, and this is what I've collected for you today. So I mentioned mugs, but I want to draw your attention to the two-tone and accent mugs. And I'm seeing a rise in demand for these because, well, although the 11-ounce mug is by far the most popular mug in the entire industry, what we can gather from the rise in popularity of these accent mugs is that people are looking for something a little bit different, with a little bit more color. So if you are a mug seller out there, or you're thinking about getting into that, well, you might want to shift to take advantage of the demand in the market to these two-tone mugs. But I leave that decision up to you. Speaking of drinkware, we see the sipper glass on there. And now think this is in line with what we're seeing, people getting ready for the warmer weather up here in the Northern Hemisphere. And they want to take advantage of those things that they can take with them. And it comes with a straw. Now, it doesn't go, it shouldn't go unmentioned that plastic straws kind of are on the out, and wherever you go when they give you straws, it's like a paper straw, and nobody likes those, or at least they're great for the first minute. So we're seeing a demand for people having their own straws, and you get that along with the sipper glass. And as you see these changes in the culture, if you sort of match that up with a product that is available in our catalog, meaning, okay, the straws are going this way, there might be an increase in demand for drinkware with straws. You can match that up and be on the forefront of this trend and be able to collect sales and be able to capture sales on the upswing of these trends rather than on the downswing.
I think those sipper glasses too, I love them. They're perfect for iced coffee in the summer, smoothies, maybe poolside drinks for those bachelorette parties. But also, they're not just trending in our Printify catalog. I saw them trending on Google Trends. You search it for the past 30 days, you'll see spikes. They're super hot on Etsy right now, so definitely try it out if you want some new summer products.
Sure, and don't sleep on the tumblers and things like that and travel mugs. It just signals a trend for drinkware altogether. Now, a couple other products I want to mention before we move on is, of course, the Racerback tank. Also, the unisex tank I saw climbing the charts, so to speak. But you're only going to have about until mid to late June before these sales level out. And for summer products in general, you've got until about the beginning of July before everybody already has the stuff they need for summer, they've purchased it all, and then we see a massive decrease in demand for those kind of things. But I do want to point out here that I did include one T-shirt on here, and that's the Hanes Beefy Tee, and I'm seeing quite a spike in sales for these. Now, the Hanes Beefy Tee, for those of you that may not be familiar with it, is an oversized tee. It's a nice, big, roomy, heavyweight T-shirt. And this lines up with the Instagram trend report that came out a while ago about how people are looking for how oversized clothes are in this year, and that's certainly playing itself out in our statistics. And we've just added a new oversized shirt that's even a little bit baggier than the Hanes Beefy Tee. That's the AS Color 5082. That's by Fulfill Engine in the US. You can find that in our catalog as well. So if you are interested in getting on those kind of trends, well, we've got plenty of options for you to do so.
I was actually quite curious about the Hanes Beefy Tee myself, was wondering, well, why this t-shirt all of a sudden is trending. And so I dove in a little bit. I actually read a review from Esquire magazine, it's a popular men's magazine, saying that it was the best t-shirt of all time. And okay, why is that? So I think it's quite popular among men because of that looser fit. It's hot out in summertime. You don't really want that cotton sticking to your skin. But it's also just that heavyweight fabric. Like you said, it's very durable. It can withstand all sorts of wear and tear.
Exactly, and it's the kind of product that when your customer receives it and they feel that heavyweight fiber, they're going to feel like they got their money's worth. Okay, so that's just something to think about.